Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back to Tenerife. I hope I find you very well. We're doing rather well, actually. We won the game in between. Barcelona didn't, which means we can win the title a game earlier than anticipated. This might be a one-game episode. See you for Pamplona in a moment. Just dawned on me that Pamplona is actually the secret third team that doesn't have their real name because it's Osasuna, isn't it? I do enjoy their very clean kits though. If these are the updated ones, then I quite like them. They're different in the old pictures though, seemingly. Nuno's manager. I don't know what's happened there. But Barcelona played Atletico Madrid and Atletico Madrid won. Which means, for the first time in about 4 months, the gap is no longer 7 points. It is 10. Which means we win this one with 3 games to go. Guaranteed champions. Faisal and Gomez scored against Villarreal. Gomez actually off the bench, and it's not a penalty, so that's a nice thing to see. Maxi Gomez getting a regular, normal goal. It's about time, really. Faisal continuing with his little late burst. Did very well at the beginning, seemingly doing very well at the end, and just absent in the middle pretty much, except for this goal here against Barcelona. Bit odd, really. Oh, one thing I should mention, I'm using the new TCS skin. In case you're wondering why it looks different, and if you want to get hold of it yourself, twitter.com/workthespace, I think we'll get you a link for it at the very least. And if you want to know more about it, I can't really answer that question. Jack will do a tutorial at some point. Keep an eye on Work the Space's YouTube as well for that. Just doing the plugin for him at this stage. Obviously, I don't get paid for that advert, but it makes sense. If you want to know more, go to the person who actually was involved in it. Meanwhile, I'm finding out fun things. I'm not as keen aesthetically on TCS3 as I was on TCS2. I do prefer the previous version that I've been using since it came out. But there's a couple of neat little things. Namely this. This is nice. Having this stat breakdown on the individual's page. It might be accessible anyway, but it's just a lot smoother to get to it. Just a button here now. In fact, all of the major pages for an individual are now just here. I don't need to leave them. Just over 2,500 days until Faisal becomes a Spanish national. I won't hold out that much hope. I think he might become homegrown club at the end of the year. He doesn't have one yet. But the reason why I'm keeping this skin, even though I think I like it less aesthetically than the old one, you'll see the reason in a moment. Mercs, what are you good for, buddy? 75 minutes? On you go, sunshine. I'll change the fullbacks, because we did play like 3 days ago, even though it says everyone's fine. And of course, Gomez scored once he came on. So the lineup will be Christensen, Tenorio, Harwood, Picard, Nedelaire, Ravella, Valverde, Faisal, Grealish, Merckx, and Maxi Gomez up front. 14 goals for the season. Obviously nowhere near as prolific as last year's Eduard, was it? I think Eduard was fairly prolific. It's been a while now, but Merckx's output has been way less. I do like the fact that this is dark moded. A couple of people don't care if we win the title, apparently. There we go. Sorted that one out. So Osasuna, as I now realise they are. Nuno's Osasuna. Nuno Espirito Santos, CD Osasuna, or CA Osasuna. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? They're sort of on the. I think they're far enough clear of those bottom 3 to not be in massive problems. Depends on those other ones near the bottom actually play. Levante and Vallecano. The chance early on for Osasuna. They've got Said Benrahma, who had a very good first game for West Ham. I am recording this as the 3 o'clock fixtures are being played on a Saturday. So I don't actually know how they're going now because I've had to turn everything else off. But Danny Ings scoring on the stroke of our time. What a goal that was. Their goalkeeper's called Abedzadeh. That's it. And Rama's been injured. Now, confusingly, as Molist, I think, is probably about to play the ball to this person. No, he doesn't actually. Their left winger is called Bilbao, which is, on the same level as us signing Valencia. That's a great goal by Maxi Gomez. Blimey. Nice for you to turn up at the end of the season, Maxi. Appreciate it. Apologies if the camera suddenly looks a little bit different. I just noticed there was a minor issue with it, possibly. So, Ravella, not quite. Ravella out of Valverde again, not in a spot to have a shot. Harwood, get back. Sunshine, there we go. Grealish, Faisal, through to Gomez, who's probably offside, saved anyway. Oh, penalty's been given. It started with a corner. I wasn't expecting anything. It is a penalty. Maxi Gomez will take it, obviously. Can he score this one? I think he has about a 50% conversion rate. It's not good. That one is. 2.5 time though, looking good. Apologies for the Harwood. Oh, my apology got interrupted by a very good headed goal by Harwood of all people. mean, he's not short, obviously. That's why he's playing centre-back rather than left-back, which he could also do. But it's a lovely headed goal. What I was going to apologise for, though, was just obviously my slight distraction in having to fix technical issues mid-recording. It's so annoying. I think I got to the root. I think I got to the root of it because it's not coming up as a problem anymore. So, Nedelaire, fingers crossed. Grealish. Oh, for God's sake, Grealish. That's... 80 minutes. I just realised there's 10 minutes to go. Merck should have come off ages ago. Torre for a few. McDonald, he's on the wrong side, but sod it. On he goes. Here we go, though. 4-0. That's emphatically done. For the second time in 2 episodes, we're getting this animation sequence. In front of our home fans as well, which is nice. Don't know what's going on here. Someone should be holding the trophy. There isn't a trophy. I'm very confused. For 3 in a row, 10 points. It's relatively dominant. It could get shortened. It could get expanded between now and the end of the season. It is, of course, a domestic treble as well as being our 3rd title in a row. Who's Simeone? Napoli boss, Diego Simeone. Who are you interested in? Maxi Gomez, interesting. Right, so I'll just bow through these remaining games and I'll see you again at the end of the season. And we're back. Just sort of sprung this one on me a little bit out of nowhere. I knew it was coming. The end of the season had happened, but wasn't all that prepared for it. 3 trophies. The domestic treble has been completed. Dugadin, who came in January for 15 million. 7.51 in the B team. Yeah, he's definitely getting that promotion next year. We will actively trying to move on at least Zukic or Core, one of them. Dugadin can then fill in behind Grealish going forward, who didn't end up that far down. 6.9, Maxi Gomez 6.98. They're not above a 7. It's slightly annoying. I really hope Bermudez has a better second season. Cancelo, that's unfortunate. Should have played more than he did, really. That was largely because I think Nedelaire was meant to move on and then he didn't for whatever reason. Oh well. Mariano made 3 substitute appearances because of the availability of Gomez in the window. Fortunate for him. And that's about it. B- for winning because, the demands are getting higher. 14 league goals for Maxi Gomez isn't a lot. Really hoping either he has a better second season or Mayorga, for instance, pushes on and becomes an established first-team player. Average home attendance of 98%. Do we ask again? We can ask again, can't we? Sorry, that's the match to remember, the 4-0. Literally, that was in this episode. Not any of the European ones, where we won, 5-0 or whatever. Sponsorship up, broadcast up, competition down because we didn't get to the final of the Champions League. How we lined up, of course, largely Lodi, Picard, Harwood, Nedelaire in front of Christensen, who won Young Player of the Division. I don't know how he's won Young Player. He's a goalkeeper, but fine. Valverde, Navarrete, Faisal, Zukic, Merckx and Gomez. Surely Merckx still counts as Young Player. He's 20. Christensen's a year older, so I don't know how that works out. High average rating for Merckx than Christensen. Oh well, the mysteries of Football Manager, eh? Oh, we got Manager of the Year as well for good measure. September, February, March and April, all division monthlies. For some reason I've been told I've won Manager of the Year for both years in the same end of season thing. That might be because of... Don't know, actually. Actually don't know why that's happened. I was thinking it might be something to do with the Club World Championship, but no, it isn't. Because we still had the end of season stuff before that, so I don't know why that's occurred. Ravella, Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season at 24. Signing is still Maxi Gomez, 6.98, good enough for that. Most got the best goal of the season. 18 goals in total for Gomez. 15 assists for Ravella from that Volante role. Very impressive. Despite not matching his output from last year, Merck still did get 8 Player of the Matches, and obviously that average rating of 7.35. And Antov, when he played, did have the highest passes per minute. Or per 90 minutes, but the same situation. Because Lionel Messi is a coach, it's now saying unknown player description. He's no longer a player, of course. But yes, oldest player and oldest goal scorer when he scored that one and only goal for us in that free kick that you saw. I've also released a ton of B team players because they were taking the roles of players that had potential. I wish I realised that earlier in the season, but never mind. 2 losses, a new team low. Inductees include Nedelaire, who takes over at right back. Not sure how that one works, especially as there's no right back in the substitutes. But Shackmore has been ousted. Eduard remains the striker. Araujo, who we have for 2 years, is on the bench. He's actually got really good, by the way. Valued at 51 million, 24 years old. He pops up quite often on my list because he has the attributes. A lot of 14s and 15s, but he has the attributes for pressing forward. Kind of gets the midfield role. I'm guessing, did Merckx join last year, but Picard enters the bench, Valverde enters the bench as well, and Harwood enters the bench. Satalo might take a little bit of time to oust Satalo. I wonder how long it'll take for Christian Christensen to oust Merritt in the first role, though. It's going to take a little bit of a while for Valverde to overtake Antov, that's for sure. Faisal's arrival over Callardo here, that's going to be one to pay attention to going forward. So the rest of our current best 11, we knew about Merritt being at PSG. We knew Edouard had gone to AC Milan. I think I told you that. We knew Sotalo had gone to Spurs. Umtiti, we sold to that. Umtiti must be on the bench. Sold him to Napoli, of course. Araujo is actually at Leipzig, as you just saw, probably, but I forgot to mention it. Barrow's gone to Wolves, because of course he has, because he's Portuguese. And Alex Munoz is somehow still on the best 11. But he's at Osasuna. We didn't see him, though. And Shackmore plays for Stoke. He's not in the best 11 anymore. I don't know what I've been told about him. But our side of 2020, which I presume is actually the first season, we're actually now getting the first season side. Where are they now? We've gone that far. The main ones, Aitel Sands is a coach here now. We knew that one. Daniel Sturridge is retired. Ricky Puig is playing at Leeds United. Barrow Wolves. We just saw that one. Kakabatsi is at St. Gallen. Jashu is at Brentford. Valentin Varda is at Mallorca. The wonder that was Valentin Varda. 30 years old now. Put in a shift for us that first year. Put in a shift for Almeria the following year and the appearances he had. Failed to really do anything as Almeria progressed in the top division. Then went to Mallorca. Had a sensational first season. And again, starting to drop off. Mallorca went down, by the way. They only needed a point to stay up. All three teams that were in the position of being relegated lost. Mallorca and Levante went down. Vallecano survived despite losing to us. What was the vision? The man's our win. Has everyone gone on holiday? Why is there no one here for this meeting? Apparently we were heading to southeast Bulgaria, which, admittedly, we've got connections with Bulgaria, Antov and Simov, who's just come in. I'm not against it. But similarly, for sponsorship reasons, we'll go to the USA. Sorry, there's a player called Roberto Carlos. Oh, he's my under-19s assistant manager who's been here since 2016. That's actually not bad. He's not... I mean, if Schalke are being relegated, that's fine, but he's not exactly Bundesliga... Yeah, they have been relegated. Okay. So he's not exactly Bundesliga level. Morata got goal scorer of the year because of course he did. Tenerife players in the Spanish team of the season. Harwood, Picard, centre-backs, Faisal, Merckx and Gomez all make it with Ravella on the bench. It's a bit harsh against Ravella. I feel like he had a better season than Faisal did. Dimas Lopez, one of those players who actually was playing in the B team. I think he gets homegrown club this year, along with a whole wave of other people, including Faisal, Nedalea, and a couple of others. Dimas Lopez, 6'5", ball-playing central defender. He's up to 2.5 stars in our squad. His progression this past year has been phenomenal, playing in that B team week in, week out. He's one for the bench next year. One of the main reasons why I haven't signed more centre-backs is because I knew we had at least one good one probably coming through. Nilsson, as I showed you last time around, not quite lived up to his potential. Dimas Lopez still has 5-star potential. Around the world, Man United won the Premier League. Juventus won Serie A convincingly. Bayern, 1 point, won the Bundesliga. That was tight. And most importantly, Lyon beat PSG. You love to see, but that's not what I'm here for. One thing I will say about the TCS skin, love the social feed. There's not really that much more to add. Merckx actually did kick on, saying that he didn't really have the output this year. He did kick on at the end of the season, 14 goals in 29 all told, 23 last year, 10 assists, opposed to last year's 7, so a few more assists, but overall down on last year. Not by much. There's not really much more story-wise to talk about other than maybe Mayorga. Played 4 games from the start, scored 5 goals. But in the B team, prolific, 17 and 26 there. He's definitely getting the second spot next year. In terms of personnel, that has been the main story. His usurping of Bruno Alves, who still says he has 5-star potential. He's still 19. But he got 8 in 15 starts. It's not horrible. And then Maxi Gomez, who is obviously maxed out on his potential already, 18 and 37. I mean, for the pair of them, both Alves and Gomez, that is about 1 in 2. I've just played Gomez a lot more. But the main thing is likely going to be the removal of either Core or Zukic, both worth around 60 million, just under. In fact, Core has a release fee of 60 million and his value is 57. I'll be very surprised if that's not triggered. And at this point, with me looking to move one of them on anyway, I don't really feel I need to improve it. I'll take 60 million. Just noticed Renan Lodi's release fee is 54 and he's worth 50 now. Oh god, I've just noticed Quiros's release fee is 53 million. He's worth 51. He's probably going. Yeah, that's something I didn't really want to bring up, but I had a feeling that one of the main 2 team leaders was likely to move on this year. Now I know that his release fee's very close to his value. I'm not going to stop him if he does go. Got to keep Antov, though. Got to keep Antov. In case you were wondering, the final few games, unnecessarily demolition. Unnecessary. Completely unnecessary to score 4 goals, and then a 2-0 against Vallecano. Which, admittedly, a little bit more standard for the end of the season. Normally, everyone goes on holiday once they've won the title. Not in our case. Gomez with 2 there, Merckx with 2 there, Grealish scoring as well. Merckx would have gone in the final one. Got their ties up to something respectable, and there's the final table. We ended up 14 points clear of Barcelona. Bear in mind, 4 games from the end, that gap was 7, and they were matching us with every result. Sorry, 5 games from the end. Somehow we managed to double that gap in the last 5 games. Can't explain it. Coronia failed to win any other game in the remainder of that year. 13 points, abysmal. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again for next season, which there will be more. Definitely want to win that Champions League again. Bare risk minimum. Until next time, ta-ra.